The U.S. Air Force launched an unarmed intercontinental ballistic missile at 1:13 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday. The Minuteman III took off from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, with the base confirming the test of the Air Force Global Strike Command weapon. According to Farrah Kaufmann with the base's public affairs team, the Icbm was equipped with 3 test reentry vehicles, and the weapon traveled 4,200 miles or 6,760 kilometers at more than Mach 20 to a test range at the Kwajalein Atoll near the Marshall Islands. The launch was planned to verify the effectiveness and readiness of the missile system and U.S. nuclear forces, according to Air Force Brigadier General Pat Ryder. He added, "The purpose of the Icbm test launch program is to demonstrate the readiness of the U.S. nuclear forces and provide confidence in the security and effectiveness of the nation's nuclear deterrent." In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why a 50-year-old Minuteman III is still sending shivers down the spines of rivals. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. If you are, like us, fascinated by military vehicles and technology, I recommend you give War Thunder a try. It's a military vehicle combat game which you can download and play for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. It has a huge variety of more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s, which you can take to battle on land, in the air, and at sea on more than 80 theaters of war. War Thunder's been kind enough to offer all Defense Updates viewers a special bonus, which will grant you a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship and 3 days of premium account time for registering using our link in the description below. So take the plunge and join more than 20 million players from around the world. The Minuteman family of missiles has served as the backbone of the U.S. land-based nuclear strategic force since 1962. In 1955, the Soviet Union successfully tested a hydrogen bomb, and in 1957, it launched the Sputnik satellite, surpassing the United States in rocket technology. Fearing that the Soviet Union had the ability to attack the United States with intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBM, the United States made the development of a reliable, rapid response ballistic missile the highest priority. On February 27, 1958, the U.S. Air Force received approval from the Department of Defense to begin research and development on a new missile designated Weapon System 133A, called the Minuteman. On October 9, 1958, the Air Force announced its selection of Boeing as assembly and test contractor for the Minuteman missile. The weapon is tasked primarily with the deterrence role, threatening Soviet cities with a second strike counter-value counterattack if the U.S. was attacked. However, with the development of the U.S. Navy's Polaris, which addressed the same role, the Air Force began to modify Minuteman into a weapon with much greater accuracy with the specific intent of allowing it to attack hardened military targets, including Soviet missile silos. The Minuteman III began development in 1964 and entered service in 1970. Its command and control lie with the Air Force Global Strike Command. America deployed around 1,000 Minuteman III by the end of the 1970s. The number shrank to around 450 by September 2017. The U.S. military plans to keep the missile in service until at least 2030. Minuteman's series of missiles gained range with incremental versions, with Minuteman III acknowledged to have an operational range of 8,100 miles, or 13,000 kilometers, though the exact range is classified. As per many analysts, the missile actually can travel as far as 9,950 miles, or 16,000 kilometers, depending on the warhead configuration. Minuteman III is designed to be launched from missile silos. A missile silo is a vertical, cylindrical structure constructed underground for the storage and launching of intercontinental ballistic missiles. The structures typically have the missile some distance below ground, protected by a large blast door on top. They're usually connected, physically and/or electronically, to a missile launch control center. Minuteman III missiles are regularly tested with launches from Vandenberg Air Force Base in order to validate the effectiveness, readiness, and accuracy of the weapon system, as well as to support the system's primary purpose, nuclear deterrence. It has nearly 100% reliability. The original inertial navigation system provided it with an accuracy of about 200 meters circular error probable (CEP). But an updated inertial guidance system gives it 120 meters CEP. This basically means the missile can be targeted with near pinpoint accuracy even at long distances. Minuteman III has three-stage solid fuel rocket engines. The first stage is a Thiokol Tu-122. The second stage is Aerojet General SR-19AJ-1. And the third stage is Aerojet Thiokol SR-73 AJTC-1. The solid fuel missile can stand ready for extended periods of time with little maintenance. Hence, these can be launched on command without needing preparation. The President of the United States can authorize a nuclear attack from fixed command centers, such as the White House Situation Room, or also through nuclear football. The nuclear football is a briefcase that contains codes which can be used by the President of the United States to authorize a nuclear attack while away from fixed command centers. The President is always accompanied by a military aide carrying the football. So the missile can be launched at any time and under any circumstances. A multiple independently targetable reentry vehicle, MIRV, is a ballistic missile payload containing several warheads, each capable of being aimed to hit a different target. MIRV allows separately targeted nuclear warheads to be sent on their independent ways after the main propulsion stages of the missile launch have shut down. This technology is very complex and greatly increases the destructive power of a missile. Minuteman III was the first true MIRV-capable missile. It can carry a maximum of 3 warheads, and these can be independently targeted against 3 different locations. It carries W-78 or W-87 warhead. The W-78 thermonuclear warhead is the warhead used on most of the United States Minuteman III missiles. The W-78 has a publicly announced yield of 335 to 350 kilotons of TNT. The W-87 is an improvement on W-78. Its design includes all modern safety features. The original yield of W-87 was 300 kilotons of TNT, but has the announced ability to be upgraded to a yield of 475 kilotons. So a single missile is capable of unleashing destructive power of around 1,000 to 1,400 kilotons of TNT. To give viewers a perspective, Little Boy atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima had a yield of 15 kilotons of TNT, and Fat Man atomic bomb that was detonated over Nagasaki had a yield of 21 kilotons of TNT. Several ICBMs have been developed and deployed by nations after Minuteman III. This includes China's Dongfeng 41 and Russian Topol-M. Some of these carry more MIRV, but none of the Chinese or Russian missiles have shown the reliability displayed by Minuteman III. There is hardly any failures, and target perimeters have always been achieved during the test launches of Minuteman III. This has been made possible by excellent maintenance and upgrades that have kept the missile updated, as well as removed any existing niggles. Russia's new RS-28 Sarmat heavy ICBM is a step ahead of Minuteman III, but the production has not yet started. Though the missile is planned for deployment by the end of 2022, there's a high possibility that it could be delayed, like many other Russian systems. All in all, it can be said that when it comes to genuine nuclear deterrence, Minuteman III is still the boss, and the enemy knows that it will not fail during a crunch time.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.